Malcolm Butler, the full-time starter, who had been one for years now, played nearly every snap that season, 98% to be exact. But right before kickoff, Bill Belichick went up to him and told him straight up, "Hey, we gonna sit you this game." And of course, it was straight confusion. Why was Belichick keeping
What? So you telling me you benched the nigga that had the game winning, the nigga that was doing good the whole season? Are you serious, bro? Y'all deserve to lose that game, I'm not gonna lie.
Ain't no way that you think that you right. Ain't no way that you think that you right. I told you that I had a bitch from the start. Hell no, I ain't even take your heart. Ain't no way that I caught you like crime. Ain't no way that I caught you.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, cookupdre, man. And I back another YouTube video, bruh. And today, my nigga, we got what the fuck happened to the rookie who won Super Bowl 49. And I'm thinking they're talking about this nigga Malcolm Butler. I don't know, my nigga, because that's the only nigga I see on the thumbnail. That's the only nigga I can think of who won the Super Bowl. Won the Super Bowl for them niggas that year. I'm not gonna lie. So, my nigga, without further ado, if you new here, leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. Follow me on all my socials on the screen. Next to me, link in the description as well. On the road to 800 subs. Let's get like 5 likes in this video and let's get into this.
Fourth quarter, 26 seconds left. It's second goal on the 1. You're down by 4. Are you gonna run the football or are you gonna throw it?
Is beast mode in the backfield?
I know that's a sore subject for a lot of people, but we'll say pass.
With Super Bowl 49 rematch just days away, if you're older than the age of probably 16, then you probably remember that 11 years ago with just seconds to go in the Super Bowl, a 5th string DB made the play of his life that changed the history of the game.
Play clock at 5.
You know you did something great when the owner of the team that
even had a closer angle, a closer angle of that bitch. That's crazy.
you're playing for comes up to you and asks you for your name.
I most definitely knew I did something special. When Mr. Kraft came to me and said, "What's your name?"
Malcolm Butler won that game, and he cemented Brady and Belichick's legacy. He became a hero across the world, and then he was benched, replaced, forgotten. So what really happened to Malcolm Butler after he made this game-winning interception?
What did
Trust
happen to this
me,
nigga?
you're not gonna believe it.
I had a feeling I was gonna make a big play, but not that big.
Oh shit.
Alright, so check it out. Before he made that play, Malcolm Butler was basically a nobody. We're talking D2 ball at West Alabama.
Damn.
No crazy ESPN features, no draft buzz. Dude was working at Popeyes during the week before practice.
Oh yeah, I was working at a chicken joint, Popeye Chicken and Biscuit.
And when the 2014 NFL draft came and went, nothing. No calls, no combine visits, just silence.
Damn.
But then, about 2 days after the draft, New England hit him up with a rookie camp invite. That's it, no real promises. Just come through and show us something. We might have a practice squad spot for you. And out of the 40 guys that was at that tryout, Butler was one of the 2 to make it.
It's 40 people, and they only picked 2. It was me and I think Flemings. And then being on the depth chart with all those guys, just had to show up each and every day.
That right there should let you know, dude was out there grinding. Mind you, he was just about to go have to find a job, but with this opportunity, he took full advantage. And on May 19, 2014, they signed him to a 3-year, $1.5 million deal.
And it was like, your first check probably ain't gonna be that much, probably be like $12,000. I said, what, 12,000? I made it already.
Now, he didn't get any fancy press conferences or media rollout, but with his relentless work ethic, studying plays, running drills, and out-hustling bigger names, by the preseason, he had impressed coaches enough to earn a roster spot, and essentially the 6th cornerback on the team. He made the 53-man roster, the only undrafted rookie to do so in 2014. Malcolm was out here doing all the dirty work nobody talks about. And here's what's wild, he never complained. He just studied tape, ran a scout team like it was an actual game, and soaked up that whole Patriot way thing like a sponge. And the thing is, he practiced that exact play, that one that would later change everything. Slant route, goal line, scout team. Best believe he got beat on it in practice, but mind you, he was going up against some dogs.
You know, going against Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski.
That shit was tough,
going
bro.
against Tom Brady.
He said he remembered Belichick pulling him aside like,
I'm
Malcolm,
knowing that shit was tough, my nigga. You gotta go through all them niggas in practice, bro. That shit not normal nor easy, my nigga.
you gotta be on that.
He's competed every day. He plays against a lot of good receivers and good quarterbacks in practice.
Most dudes shrug it off, but Butler, he didn't get butthurt or mad. He locked in and got better. During his rookie season, he actually saw the field in 11 games and got to start one. He finished the regular season with 15 tackles and 3 pass deflections. So fast forward to the Super Bowl that year, here's the real story, because a lot of people still think Malcolm Butler just came in for one play, made a miracle, and dipped. And that's not how it happened. Butler didn't start Super Bowl 49. He wasn't even close. Dude was the 5th corner on a depth chart.
Damn.
5th. For the whole first half, the Patriots ran out veterans, Reeves, Browner, Arrington, Logan Ryan, while Malcolm was chilling on the sideline. Then Seattle started cooking, and I mean cooking. Chris Matthews, a guy who didn't even have a single NFL catch before this night, suddenly looked like Randy Moss in his prime. He
What the fuck? Hell no.
For a touchdown before halftime. Belichick gave it one more drive.
That's
Early in the
crazy
third
as fuck.
quarter, Wilson hit Matthews for a huge 45-yard gain, setting up a Seattle field goal to go up 17-14. And then next thing you know, all they heard on the headset was, "We're putting Malcolm in for Kyle." In other words, Belichick ripped up the game plan on the fly and inserted the rook. So his first defensive snap midway through third quarter, Seattle had the ball, crowd was going wild, and Malcolm was now lining up across dudes who had been eating all night. But he didn't flinch. He dropped beast mode on one play, pressed up against Jermaine Kearse the next, and started making some noise. By the end of the game, Butler had played 18 defensive snaps, about a third of the Pats total on that side of the ball. And trust me, they weren't empty reps either. On one key third down, Wilson tested him deep. Butler swatted at it, leading the Seahawks to punt.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this
Belichick
nigga Malcolm Butler, hey, I never knew he was locking shit up like this in the Super Bowl though.
In full dime package, 5 DBs, Butler included, and he was officially a part of the game plan now. Then, right before the big play came, it felt like the football gods were on Seattle's side, which is why he always says,
And then, just like any other player, I feel like the game is going to be my fault if we lost. So
I felt like if we lost that game, it was my fault.
Because Pete, 2 plays
I
earlier on first and 10,
man. I would not have blamed that shit on him, bro. I would just blame that shit on luck. Cause that case that Curse made, that shit was lucky as fuck.
Russell Wilson dropped back and launched a deep bomb down the sideline. Butler was step for step with Curse. Jumps for the deep ball, actually gets a hand on it, but somehow it bounces off of Curse's leg and into his hands for a
That's
catch.
crazy.
Russell for Curse, and that's broken up again. And is it, but somehow.
Talk about a miracle with the game on the line. Now, all my ball players out there, right here, at this moment, you know your heart is in your ass because most dudes would panic. And mind you, he was in his rookie year in the biggest game of his life. That's like a freshman letting up a big play on varsity with the state championship online. But now, the game was still alive. And at that point, the whole stadium just knew who was about to score this touchdown for Seattle. So they give it to Marshawn, but he stopped at the 1. And that's when it happens.
You just needed it one more time.
Here's where everything went sideways in the best way possible, at least for the Patriot fans. It's 2nd and goal, 20 seconds left. Seahawks are down 4, ball on the 1-yard line. Now, we all know Marshawn Lynch is the most obvious answer in football and is standing right there. But Pete Carroll tries to get cute.
Play clock at 5.
Whoa.
Pass is intercepted at the goal line.
That's crazy.
Just like that, Malcolm Butler jumps the route like he's already lived it because he had. Practiced it, studied it, got chewed out by Belichick on it. This time, he cuts in front of the receiver, snatches the pass.
Like imagine doing that as a rookie, twin. Like imagine getting a game winning pick in the Super Bowl as a rookie. That's crazy.
The whole thing, game over. Patriots win the Super Bowl.
Ball was coming so fast. I'm like, should I catch it like this or?
I love all these thoughts.
I had to treat it like a baby and catch it soft.
That moment, that one snap, took him from who the hell is that to an instant legend.
preparation, I remember the formation they was in, 2 receivers stacked, and I just knew they was doing a pick route, so I knew it was on the line and we needed it, and I just beat him to the route and just made the play.
And not only was he getting his first Super Bowl ring, he was also getting some new wheels. See, back then, Chevy used to give away a brand new truck to the game's MVP. And because the Patriots won it, it was going to the man himself, Tom Brady. However, since the award would have not been possible if it wasn't for that interception, Brady decided to give the truck to Malcolm instead.
As much reaction to, oh, they should have handed the ball off.
That's
I
really
wish
sick.
there
I'm
was
not gonna lie,
the same
Tom Brady,
reaction.
you a real nigga for that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
That was, can you believe how incredible of a play that was that Malcolm made? In fact, That's why I gave Malcolm the car.
And the media, they went crazy. Boston.com called him the improbable hero. ESPN reminded everybody this dude came from D2, West Alabama, and used to cook fried chicken to have money in his pocket. Butler kept it humble though after the game.
This how y'all know if y'all put the work in, my nigga, you can do it, bro.
Now famous interview with Michelle, he just called it for what it was.
I just had a vision that I was gonna make a big play.
Well, it's crazy because this nigga first career interception is that. His first career interception is that. That shit's crazy.
It came true and
I had a feeling I was gonna make a big play, but not that big.
From that moment on, it just snowballed. Endorsement deals, commercial offers, national interviews. His face and name went everywhere, and in a city like Boston where even great players can go unnoticed, this was different. They knew his name now. Everybody did. But here's the twist. You would think after a moment like that, he'd be locked in, cemented, untouchable. But the Patriots don't work like that. Because in Foxborough, fame is cool, rings are better. But the depth chart is still the depth chart. So what happens when you make that type of play, but your team still sees you as just a role player?
True.
A lot of people who aren't Patriots fans get this one thing wrong about Malcolm Butler. They think he made that one legendary play and then disappeared. But nah, at first, dude leveled up. Right after the Super Bowl in 2015, he became a starter.
Next thing you know, I was at OTA and came back in. I found out Reeves wasn't coming back. Belichick came up to me and said, hey, you the starter.
For the first time, all 16 games, no rotation, no fifth corner label, 72 tackles, 2 picks, 15 pass breakups. And the Patriots, top pass defense in the league. That same undrafted dude from West Alabama was now clamping receiver one. Notably, that year, Butler recorded his first regular season interception in week 2 against Buffalo. And then week 10, he famously shadowed OBJ and held the all-pro receiver to just 3 catches for 17 yards. Even batting away a would-be touchdown in the end zone with 2 minutes left. The Patriots won the game on a field goal, and everywhere you looked, Malcolm's star was rising. By the end of that year, he was in the Pro Bowl. Not bad for a guy who didn't even know he would play in the Super Bowl just months earlier. Then came 2016, same energy, didn't even know he was rising. By the end of that year, he was
game too, because I remember Odell scored. I was like the first couple plays. But bruh,
in the Pro Bowl. Not bad for a guy who didn't even know he would play in the Super Bowl just months earlier. Then came 2016, same energy, same consistency, started every game again. Picked up 4 more passes. Wasn't just holding it down, he was making noise. ESPN had him second team All-Pro. By 2017, Malcolm was a fixture in the lineup. He started every game that season as well, continued to rack up solid numbers. 57 total tackles, 12 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. And season after season, he made big plays, the kind of gritty presence the New England fans loved. After 3 straight years of high-level performance, the message was clear. Malcolm was far from a one-hit wonder. He had taken his Super Bowl 49 moment and built a real career out of it, carving out a reputation as a player who delivered week in and week out. But here's the twist. The thing that made him famous, that goal line pick that saved the Super Bowl, it didn't lock him in for anything. Things quickly turned during this 2017 season. And towards the end of the year, that's when things got messy. So boom. Here's when shit got real. February 2018, Super Bowl 52, Patriots vs. Eagles. Malcolm Butler, the full-time starter, who had been one for years now, played nearly every snap that season, 98% to be exact. But right before kickoff, Bill Belichick went up to him and told him straight up, hey, we gonna sit you this game. And of course, it was straight confusion. Why was Belichick keeping
What? So you telling me you benched the nigga that had the game winning, the nigga that was doing good the whole season? Are you serious, bro? Y'all deserve to lose that game, I'm not gonna lie.
Butler out the game. Butler didn't play a single defensive snap in that 41-33 loss. He only appeared briefly on a special teams play late in the game. The Patriots trotted out backup corners like Eric Rowe, who only played in 8 games that season. And Patriot fans were shocked as they watched the Super Bowl hero on the sideline instead of on the field.
Like Bill Belichick, that's why you losing in the NC now. You deserve what you got in your career right now. You deserve everything. You deserve all that shit, gang. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Cause you're a what? That's dumb as hell.
No injury, no announcement, no real explanation. When reporters pressed Bill Belichick after the game, he hit him with the same cold Belichick that he always does, saying it wasn't for disciplinary reasons, and that they put the players and game plan out there that they thought would be the best. And that was it. That was the whole answer about the Malcolm situation.
I mean, we just played all the guys we could to, try to help us win in whatever packages we had,
Fans in the comments were pissed. Why was Malcolm Butler benched? Malcolm Butler should have played in the Super Bowl, but unfortunately, it did not happen. Why did you keep him out when our defense was getting a torch? Such a huge mistake from an all-time great. The coaching sucks when you tell Malcolm Butler 5 minutes before the game that he's not playing.
That's fucked
However,
up.
Malcolm, dude was hurt, rightfully so. After the game, he said it felt like the Patriots gave up on him and that he could have changed the outcome of the game.
If I would have played, like I always say, we would have had another ring. And I guess he
100%.
felt like he did what's best for the team and not play me. So
Was he right to not put Malcolm Butler in the game?
No.
I don't think he was right.
That
Not
wasn't
at
just
all.
frustration, that was pain. Imagine going from Super Bowl savior to being benched with no warning. Even he didn't know why. Reporters tried to fill in the blanks.
What Bill Belichick did was an outright disgrace to Malcolm Butler.
There are a lot of people in New England, including guys in that locker room, that want to know why he didn't play Malcolm Butler.
Just telling I've spoken to a couple of different people who have said to me that it was a
I'm not
strictly
gonna lie, Malcolm
performance.
Butler better than me. I would have instantly walked home. Like I would have got up, left the team, and I would have had my badge and sent my ass home, bro. 'Cause there ain't no fucking way you gonna do me like that. I
That
would
he
have
did
been
not
mad as
play
shit.
well this year, did not practice well this year, and they didn't feel comfortable using him. Now, was there something else? You saw Malcolm Butler come out and deny that?
Some said he was sick that week, other hinted at a curfew thing, but Malcolm later said he would never jeopardize something like that by being out too late.
I wouldn't be out late or partying or doing anything stupid to jeopardize everybody's livelihood.
But none of it was truly ever confirmed. Even teammates were caught off guard. Devin McCourty said it crushed him. Gilmore said he's a great player, he could have helped us. But everybody else were all thinking the same thing. You're telling me the guy who won you a Super Bowl couldn't get a single defensive snap against a backup quarterback?
You heard Danny Amendola say he felt like Malcolm Butler should have been playing. Now you're hearing Tom Brady say he wished he would have been playing. We all felt like Malcolm Butler would have helped this team, that Malcolm Butler was a better option to be in the game.
100%.
Something about that whole thing was fishy. Even Robert Kraft later hinted that something personal went down. Said Belichick put emotions aside with most players, but with Malcolm, he did the exact opposite. And if you know the Patriots, when trust breaks like that, it don't get fixed, it ends. Butler was done in New England the moment the decision was made, and not long after, he dipped. So hell, whatever
I
happened
would've
between the
dipped,
two,
too.
it had to be something
But that's
serious.
that's some odd shit. Some shit most definitely, and that in the Patriots back rooms, some shit most definitely going down against this nigga, bro. That's odd as hell.
Because I've seen it before. I played 14 years, and I've seen coaches and players almost come to blows. And ain't nobody didn't play the next game. We talking about, because he got into an argument at practice. Who in the hell haven't gotten into an argument with a coach at practice?
Oh, God.
And then that's the Super Bowl.
Bad decisions, obviously, it didn't work out good for me, him, or the New England Patriots organization, but he called a shot, so, I mean, it is what it is, man.
To confirm, you felt you were healthy enough
to play
definitely the whole game.
Most definitely.
That's dumb as hell.
So after all the drama, the benching, the silence, the cold exit, Malcolm Butler did what a lot of players dream of doing. He bet on himself and cashed out. March 2018, he signed with the Titans, 5 years, $61 million, roughly $30 million guaranteed. Not bad for a dude who used to rotate on special teams. And it wasn't just about the bag, it was about a reunion. Mike Vrabel, the former Patriot, now running the show in Tennessee, same philosophy, same style, just different jerseys. So on paper, it looked like a fresh start. And to be real, Butler still had it. Over the 2018 and 2019 seasons, he piled up 5 interceptions and roughly 20 plus PBUs, with 56 tackles, 3 picks in 2018, and 30 tackles and 2 picks in 2019. Pro Football Focus even gave him the best coverage grade since 2016 during that span. Then 2020 hit, and he went off. 4 interceptions, 14 PBUs, and 100 tackles. He was labeled the best Titans corner that season, and that's the thing. He didn't fall off, he didn't get exposed. He just left the machine that made him famous. That Patriot glow, it fades fast when you're not in Foxborough, but in terms of impact, Malcolm Butler still was doing his job. But in the end, business was business. By early 2021, the Titans were slammed up against the salary cap, and they quietly cut Butler loose. The move cleared about $10 million in cap space, but it did so with no fanfare, no thank you Malcolm ceremony. But for Butler, a guy who proved he could still play, still start, still lead, it stung a little bit. But he never let hard times hold him down for too long. Now with Tennessee behind him, the story took another turn. But the way it ended there, nobody saw that coming. So after getting cut, Malcolm Butler had a few options. But in March 2021,
I'm not gonna lie,
he chose
bro. This nigga was done bad his whole fucking career, bro. I'm glad he got them 2 Super Bowls that he got, because he was done bad, bro. Like,
Arizona, a smooth 1-year deal worth about $3.2 million with up to 6 M's with incentives. A team that just lost Patrick Peterson needed a vet to step in and lock it down. Butler was supposed to be that guy. It looked like it was a win-win.
This Mississippi guy thinks of Arizona so far.
I think it's hot, obviously. Got good energy downtown Scottsdale. It's a nice place to live.
And at first, everything looked solid. He showed up to camp, was working with the starters, no drama. Same Butler, quiet, physical, doing a job. But then, something shifted. As August approached, the narrative suddenly twisted. NFL media began to report that Butler was dealing with personal situations and was quietly considering retirement. But at that point, it was no true headlines, it was just whispers. Then the bombshell dropped. On August 31st, 2021, the Cardinals announced that Malcolm had been placed on a reserved retired list.
What?
In an instant, their star offensive pickup was gone. He didn't play a single snap, didn't even suit up for week 1. And here's the thing, nobody really knew why. It wasn't a scandal, it wasn't a bad breakup. He just stepped away. Some called it strange, some said it was deeper than football, but one thing was clear. After years of climbing, grinding, getting cut, getting benched, getting paid, he needed a break. He left right on the edge of a comeback, and for a while it felt like the end of the Malcolm Butler story. But then the phone rang again. And you ain't gonna believe who it was. New England.
Hell no.
And he decided to...
Fuck no, I'm not going back. I would never go back to that team, Michael. Why would you do that to yourself? Why? Like, come on.
Yeah, back up to Foxborough. So, that next March in 2022, he signed with the Patriots. Full circle. This time, a 2-year deal up to $9 million. And for a second, it felt like the perfect plot twist. J.C. Jackson was gone, the secondary needed help. And here comes the dude who made the most iconic play in team history, walking back through the doors. Everybody wanted that comeback story, that redemption arc. The vet comes home, legacy sealed, except that's not what happened.
Like coming back to New England, it's different now. You know that you got the younger coaches, different players. You like it's just different a little bit. Same rules, same grind. It's just different.
He played 22 snaps over the preseason, and that's it. Then out of nowhere, August 16th, Patriots announced he's going on IR. They gave him an injury settlement, released him, and that was that. And at that point, the writing was on the wall. Malcolm Butler's time in the league was coming to an end. Fast forward to March 2024, he closed that chapter. He was officially walking away and retiring. But hell, over 100 career games, 84 starts, 405 tackles, 17 picks, and 82 pass breakups. That don't sound too bad for a guy that went undrafted and worked his way up from 6th on the depth chart. But honestly, forget about the numbers. When you think about Malcolm Butler, you don't think Pro Bowls. You think about that 1-yard line, 20 seconds left, that slant, and a rookie who saw it coming. That one play made history, and for the rest of his life, no matter how his career ended, his name is locked and sealed in Super Bowl history. And that is the real Malcolm Butler story. From Popeyes to the podium, from undrafted to unforgettable. A quiet ending to one of the loudest moments in NFL history. If you hear before the rematch happens, tell me who you got down in the...
Well, if I enjoyed the video, well, number one, I felt bad for Malcolm Butler for what they did to this nigga throughout his career. 100%. I wish they treated him 10 times better. But if I enjoyed this video, bro, leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. Follow me on my socials on the screen. Next in the description as well. On the road to 800 subs, and I catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.
I told you that I had a bitch from the start. Hell no, I ain't even take your